Previously on OCD Stevie.
Oh my god, mate, it's full.
Right, our guys have just turned up. I'm going to show him his bar and see what he thinks. Piss like. What are you about? Fucking took hours doing that. Looks like he's gone for a fucking tank. Turn it! Welcome back. Part 3. This should be the last part. It will be the last. So the calipers have been sat on the side now for a couple of days, so I think they're ready to be I think I can handle them without damaging the paint. Yeah, because if you do it too soon, you'll start leaving indents in the paint. So I am going to try and tackle the lettering. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to spray over it again. I've ordered some more paint as backup. I've pretty much gone through those two red cans, the 2 cans of red, race red, the caliper paint. That's like 60 quid in paint. Adds up. So they've just been sat there curing. All I've done is just take the tape off the bleeders, but they should be okay to handle now. What I say and what I don't, I always go on about if you handle them too soon, because they're heavy. Well, they're not heavy, but normal cast calipers, because when you paint heavy things, forgive me if I'm talking and repeating myself, but if you paint something that's heavy and the paint doesn't cure within a few, even by the next day, you'll go to put it on the side or whatever, start putting things back together, and then all you end up doing is you just start damaging the paint. Yeah, I've done that many times in the past. So lessons learned and all that. Again, one of the disadvantages of using aerosols. You've just got to be patient. It's a game of patience. It is. So the good thing with these calipers is they've got this here, this bit on the back, and then I can just. They can just sort of stand up like that, so I'm not technically going to be damaging, all this. So try and get you a better view. Not exactly the best, is it? Yeah, they're all right. They're as good as you're going to get them with a bloody aerosol, to be honest. The other thing I noticed as well, this is what you get as well with aerosol. Can you see there where it's not glossy. It's like misted. It's because what happens is, like where there it's quite high gloss. When you're spraying that, the spray will sort of mist onto there. It's quite it's a problem. It's the thing with it. There's a bit of an act to it. People just think you just go, psh, 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 it's done. It's not. I mean, I can go over all this and read. I've got some more paint coming. My main focus at the minute is getting this bloody lettering done, and I hope it turns out. Because if it doesn't, it's going to have to redone. I'm going to have to redo it again. Anyway, we'll see. Saying that about the red being misted, you can technically get over that with lacquer. with heat lacquer. Hopefully that shouldn't be an issue. Right, so what I'm going to do is just get some scissors. I'm just going to mark out, yeah, because if this paint wasn't somewhat cured, it would, doing what I'm doing now is just going to totally trash the paint. I have to say, actually, the light is absolutely doing my head in. Those LEDs are probably the worst light I could be using. Right. Yeah. The lights have, I've actually moved them. I've actually twisted them. I can really, it's hard to see. This is absolutely a glasses job for me there. Yeah, so I mean, start leaving fingerprints and things. Right. Yeah, see, I could just dab the paint in. God, everything's working against me, this. Just give it a bit of excess so I can peel it off. Right. That's gone too far. Oh God, this is tricky. Eee, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. Jesus. Ouch. Right, I'm just trying to think, because it's all those little bits. It's the little bits that are going to have the least amount of paint, aren't they? It's the smallest areas. So what I mean is like, it's those little. I'll tell you what. So it doesn't drag when it comes off. Right, I need to get this now. So it's basically what I've got. Don't look amazing exactly, but was thinking of painting it, but these brushes are not good enough, and I don't think that idea is the best way to do it. Though it's probably a bit more easier. Anyway, right, let's just go with this. Let me just, actually, there's a bit there on the T that's going to be a problem if I don't cover that. I can see that being a problem, very much so. There. Fuck's sake. Jesus, what am I doing? That'll have to be tiny. Right. I've got to get this thing in a bag now or something. Right. Yeah, sorry, the view's not exactly the best, but I'll get the. Ooh, it's gonna make. Bloody hell. That should help with this smelly. Right. Let's get a bit organised. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be regarding the actual spraying anyway. It's actually, I think it's going to be more of an arse taking the bloody tape off. Let's get you back in. Right. I do apologise, I know the view's not exactly the best, but our worktop's a bit limited. Right, this is the part I was worried about. The masking tape damaging the surface underneath. Just try and get you a bit of a better view. In fact, why am I doing it that way? Be a lot, yeah, that's better. That makes sense. That makes a bit more sense. Don't think the actual it's the God, I can't even see with my glasses. I can't, do you know what? Because it's black and my eyes are not very good. I'm probably causing more bloody damage. Come on. Jesus. There we go. Do you know what? Oh yeah, don't forget the E. Do you know what? That's not half bad. And that's just a rough cut. That's actually come out a damn sight better than I anticipated. And that's not even being like flat. I'm gonna flat it, obviously. I need to get a bit of just a little bit like in there. This is where I do the old classic spraying a lid. Now heat paint does go off very fast, so I'm gonna have to do this very quickly. Right. God, my glasses are terrible today. What the hell was that? Oh, that's my... Oh, do you know the light? I'm actually going cross-eyed here. You know what I mean when I was saying about blotting it in. like I said before, best thing to do, you just leave it. Right, what I'll do is I'll get the other one set up now. Yeah, crazy. I'm hoping the process with the lacquer is just gonna make that a lot more. If the lacquer reacts now, oh Jesus. Right, I've just got the other one. I've noticed actually now it's dry and it's in more direct light. Yeah. So it's not as glossy. It's quite that's gone quite weird. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna need lacquering, aren't they? They're gonna need a lacquer. God. Well, you know what? Let's celebrate with an alcohol-free. Chuffed how they came out. Really happy. We're not over yet. We're not out of the woods yet. It barely even really needs. That one's come out really nice. I mean, that was the first one. Do you know what? That's like a little tickle. It's gonna look great. That. I actually think the lettering has come out better than it was when I bought them. The white was a little bit inconsistent, but no, they've come out great. Lovely. Yeah, really happy with those. I think it's quite late now. Obviously, I think I'm gonna have a well-deserved break, and then I'll be back tomorrow. And I think we'll be trying to get lacquer on then. See how it goes. See you in the morning. Good morning. Oh, really early start today. What is it? Time is it? Yeah. 5 to 6 in the morning. Yeah, nice early start. It's nice at this time. Yes, so yeah, really happy with last night's progress. Yeah, the writing's turned out really good. Really happy with the writing, with the lettering on the front. It's looking great. In fact, I think it's ever did look better than it's ever looked. I'm just gonna. I did a little bit. Literally just before I went to bed, I just went over little areas with a bit of wet and dry, just where the black had just slightly creeped over, and then I think I'm just going to go over. It's that thing, isn't it? Do you keep doing? Do you know what I mean? When you keep just, I think there's a bit here that's just slightly lipped over. So little bits like that, I'm just gonna just feather that out and then lacquer them. Yeah, it's just so it's Thursday. It's Thursday morning, 6 o'clock about now. It's a half day for me. It's a half day at work, and then I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do whatever I want with my stuff. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's a bit of a funny bit there. Oh, bloody hell. Just nearly went to put it in my cup of tea. That one's generally not too bad. Do your swap. It's just that bit on the black. I think the O's got a little bit of a high spot there. Sorry, I bet you can't even. No, you can't even see it. You can't even see nothing, can you? I've done it again. I'm trying to go for my cup of tea. Trying to do a bit of wet and drying on my cup of tea. Let me get my glasses. Need my glasses, I can't see nothing. Just be very gentle, just tease it, like that, just tease it. You don't want to go through. Yeah, so happy how this has turned out. I was really worried about I just worried about it looking a mess, to be honest. Just a bit there on the E. Thing is though, isn't it? It's like how far do you go really? Because this is the part where you can kind of start ruining things. I wonder how many people actually bought these calipers, because these calipers fit the Mark 8 Fiesta ST and they fit the Puma. because the running gear is essentially the same on the Puma to the Mark 8. That's why I was quite surprised at how quickly they stopped selling them quite quickly, really. I was a bit surprised. Because there's not just going to be me with this problem, is there? I'm not going to be the only one who's going to be wanting to source pads and discs and, you know, the whole shebang. Seals as well. And like I say, when you're paying, you know, thousands of pounds, you want to maintain them. You know, you don't want to be just putting them on for a few years. You don't want a set of calipers that goes on your car for a few years and then you've got to, you know, you've got to take them off because you can't get the parts. I don't really agree with that. Heat lacquer. Pray to God it doesn't react. It shouldn't do. I did a test. I did a bit on the. I did this bit yesterday around here on this one, I think. Yeah, I've just got it in the sink. I usually just put it in warm water. I think it just makes it spray. Just makes it a bit more supple, I think. If you ever want really good results, with lacquer, get 2K lacquer. It lays. I mean, in an aerosol. No, I don't mean in a gun. It's like you basically get the aerosol like this. It's got like a little pull on the bottom, twist and pull, and it releases the hardener. Yeah, the finish on 2K is like. Yeah, looks like glass. The only problem, and I've said this before, problem with 2K paint in aerosols, once you've opened that can, you've got to use it. It's got to be used. Otherwise it'll just go to waste. I think you can get like probably 2 days. So usually when I buy 2K paint, I usually have I have an abundance of things that I've done, painted, you know, brackets, little things like that. Otherwise you're just wasting a £25–30 can of paint. It gets expensive. It has gone really expensive, paint, hasn't it? Have a goosey gander. Oh, too much sun. Looking good though. Keep seeing bits of like white. Is there anything dust in it? Dust everywhere. That's why you need a proper booth. But it's come out nice. Right, I am go in and start work now. What time is it? It is... It's nearly 7:20. So, right, I'll see you this afternoon. I'll be finishing at about 12:15 today, so see you then. Hello. Right, so that clip you've just watched, where I'm hanging the calipers up, yeah, that was like a week ago. So I've literally just let them cure. Well, I let them cure for a few days, and then I've done bits and bobs to them. It's been a bit of a nightmare in some aspects. After laying down the lacquer, because the problem I had was when I normally paint calipers, I don't use heat lacquer or lacquer to go over them. I generally just use the lacquer that basically just use the heat paint, the caliper paint, and it's all mixed in together. It's like a bit like a 2K, where you've got the high gloss within the colour. But because I painted the letters on these black, I needed to seal them in with lacquer, otherwise the paint would just come off, and it didn't look as good as well. And then, so what's happened there is, well, I couldn't find the company that makes that caliper paint that I use. They don't do a lacquer, an actual heat lacquer that's, you know, uses the same formula that they use. So I had to go elsewhere. And generally, I always use high coat when it comes to heat lacquer, which I've had good results with. The brake discs in the last video, they were high coat heat lacquer. You know, just a little bit of extra protection. No, but so I think what's happened is the combining the two together. Though there's no visual reaction, you know, visually they look fine. I think it's just it was just giving the paint a bit of a the paint just wasn't curing as it would. Like after a few days, if I was picking them up, because obviously even though I know they're still not fully dry, I still handle them very carefully. I try not to touch areas that are blatant. But I could just tell by the feel, I could tell it just wasn't curing properly. So I ended up just putting them outside on the table in the sun to get some heat, to get some, you know, let it bake in the sun, because we've had absolutely glorious weather this last week. And then I think finally it's actually the feel fine now. I feel like I can handle them without actually damaging the paint and put them back together without it damaging anything. So right, I'll give you a quick look. So this is the final result. Yeah, really happy. Yeah, that lettering's come out really nice. I'm really happy with that. Really happy with that. You know, it does look. You know, it looks good up close. You know, it doesn't. Yeah, it's nice. What's that saying? Fine from afar, gross up close. No, really happy. Like I say, I wasn't gonna bother. It just felt like it was more trouble than it was worth. So yeah, they're as good as ready to go on the car now. Just touching up the bolts. Yeah, this high temp silver. It's very close to the original silver, the OEM silver. The bolts coming. Yeah, they've just got a bit of overspray on them. Right, Right, another day. So yes, yesterday was ridiculously hot. We're having a proper heat wave. I keep saying that, don't I, in my videos? We are, but we are, bloody hell, it's really hot. So I did the bolts yesterday. The bolts are done. They're finished now, and the calipers are done. I've loaded the brake pads, so it's a fully loaded caliper. So I could put them on straight on the car with the pads in. Sometimes it can be a bit of a faff though, because these are very easy to unload. Or right, anyway, rambling. Done. So yeah, just put the pads in. And the hardware, it's all done. So now the bit of dust there. Now great, looking amazing. Happy with them. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fit them yet. The reason for that is because I'm having a bit of an there's a I don't know what it is at the minute, but there's an ABS light on the car. It's actually been like that for quite a while, literally since I've moved down to the house. That's why there's been videos on certain components getting changed, like alternators, ABS lines, because what's happening is, and I'll do a video showing you driving down the street, when I take the car out, when I engage the brakes, when I press the brake pedal, the pedals, it's like juddering. So you know when you get when your ABS kicks in, your pedal does like a, because it's obviously the pump in the ABS module's doing its thing. So that's happening when obviously the wheels are not locked up or trying to lock up. This is literally at low speed. So, and then once it does that, it triggers the ABS light to come on. Now the ABS light comes on, the power steering goes down, the airbag light comes on. Now I know they're all interlinked, and then, but as soon as I turn the car off and turn it back on again, it's all back to normal, it's all fine. The only thing it started to do, the only thing it's doing now, which it never did before, is the fan is now engaged. Once the ABS light comes on and all the power steering goes down, the radiator fan is kicking in at full speed, so it's like bloody hell. So anyway, I mean, luckily I'm only on the street, so I can just turn it round, come back on drive, and so I'm thinking, is it an electrical issue? I've been in the engine bay, you know, when I did the video on the engine mount, and I did the, did that. I went round, I found as many grounds in the engine bay as I could. I think I found about 5 or 6. They were all, apart from the one that was next to the engine mount, they were all perfectly fine. There were no corrosion. Everything looks as it should be. There's a ground that goes to the gearbox underneath from the chassis leg. That's perfectly fine, no corrosion. I've checked the wiring harness, everything looks, I mean obviously I've not been able to do it in depth, but I've had a friend come round, we've done live data, so all the ABS tone rings on the bearings are working, the pickups, the ABS the ABS cables themselves are all working. There's no, nothing's amiss there. I've even tried, when I've had the wheels off, I've even had the car running, and I've even pulled on some of the cables just to see if there's anything causing, like a break or something. Doesn't seem to do it. It only seems to be doing it when I brake. As soon as I brake and the ABS kicks in, I don't mean causing an ABS stop, I mean like any kind of braking, the ABS kicks in and then it just all lights up. Yeah, so all the ABS lights up. Now it's got a new battery on it. Well, I bought the battery last October because I was having issues with the genuine battery. So it's got a new battery on, which is the correct battery for the car. I know that can cause its own problems. What else? there's no codes coming up. When I put the OBD on it, when I put the OBD reader on it, there's no codes coming up. The only thing it says is there is a communication issue to the ECU. I think it just says control module, but there's no actual code number. So it's not like, normally you just put, you diagnose it, it gives you a code, you change the part, simple. This is more complicated. I'm hoping it's just not the ABS module, or the the ABS pump, or the actual brain to the ABS module, because that's like £2,000 nearly to change that. I've bled the brakes a few times as well to see if it was out to do with air in the system. I know I'm not doing a proper forescan bleed, but I've bled the clutch, I've bled the brakes. It's had the Puma Speed calipers on it, so it's had 2 sets of calipers since doing it. I just don't know what it is. Now, I'm a bit dubious about taking it to a garage, because I'm thinking about possibly getting a mobile electrician to have a look at it, see if there's anything untoward, because if it's mechanical, I can fix mechanical problems, but electrical, they're not my forte at all. I really don't do electrical. And if it is an electrical issue, it's certainly going to go over my head. I don't know. The best I've done so far is just check the grounds. That's all I can do really, and just double check any. Obviously I've done the basics, the fuses, all this, all that. Yes. So at the minute the car is really not fit for purpose to drive. Like I say, once the power steering goes down, it's like you need Jeff Capes in passenger seat helping you turn the steering wheel. I exaggerate, it's not that bad, but I don't want to drive it basically in the state it's in. So that's going to be the next thing, getting that fixed. And my point about the calipers is I don't want to put these calipers on, because if it does need an ABS module, the whole system's going to need bleeding again. And because I can't. The problem with let's say it is the ABS module. The problem there is it needs to be coded. Now I can't code an ABS module at home, so it's going to have to go to the garage, possibly the dealership, maybe. And the thing is, if I've got these calipers on, even the calipers that are on the car, I'm going to be very, just mindful of how they will treat the car, because I don't want them having to say put a new module on, which will require the brakes being bled, and I've refurbed all the calipers, everything on that bloody car, and then I'll just get it back and I'll check it, and there'll just be like brake fluid that's ran down the back of the caliper when they've been bleeding it and they've not cleaned it up. It'll have reacted with the paint, just things like that. And anyway, like I say, no, it's just it's basically, if I can avoid the car going to a garage, I don't want to. I'll do my best to avoid that. Just hope it's not the ABS pump. I just hope it's not the module. I hope it's not that. Yeah, because it's like I say, it's nearly £2,000 that part. Unfortunately. Or it could just be something really simple. I've noticed. I don't know if you did watch if you watched my last video when I did when I changed the vinyls on the side of the windows, when I was reversing, the brake lights was still lit at the back slightly, even when I was out of reverse. And that's probably just the switch doing that. But again, if it's an electrical issue, and it's all because one thing can cause such stupid problems. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so basically that's the reason why I'm not going to fit the calipers, why the 6-pots are not going to get fit. I'm not fitting the 6-pots, because if I have to go down the road of I need to get this problem solved first, basically, and then, because there's no way a garage is touching those calipers. They'll absolutely mangle them. I'm going to show you what happens when I drive. Are you ready? So what I'll do is I won't press the brake the first time and it should be fine. The second time I'll brake and then it will do it. Petrol lights on. Right, won't brake, won't do any brakes. Just using engine braking. Right. Just dabbing the brake. Fine, perfectly fine, right? Reversing, letting people know that I've still got my brake lights on. Reversing lights, right? Now if I brake, there, the ABS, I just did it then, a little bit of an ABS feeling, but it's not triggered it. Crackers. Keeps going up and down straight, I'm braking, what's he doing? A bit. Oh, blow me, it's not doing it. It's not bloody doing it now. There, that's it, it's triggered it. Can you see it? So, God, those brakes reek then, I know. There's only a little stop. Right, but this is what I'm getting on my dash. ABS, airbag, power steering's not working. And if you can hear the fan is going hell for leather. Now if I turn it off, the fan will cut. It's roasting today. Right, my car's got a ghost immobiliser. Right. Power steering's back. No, power steering's back, and all what's on is an ABS light. Now if I drive that down the street, that ABS light will go off. ABS cable, the light goes off once you fix it. It'll be fine until I brake again. That's petrol light. Right. So that was a demonstration of, just showing you from the outside. When I brake the first time, if you look, I do skid, but the ABS won't be working because the ABS light is still on from last time when I turned it. When you turn the car off and then turn it back on again. All the other issues fix themselves apart from the ABS lights on, but that's just the same as if you change an ABS sensor. You've got to drive the car to get the light to turn off. Anyway, by the time I'd reached the corner where the post lady was in the van, if you saw the post van, the ABS light had gone off then. That's why I skidded at the beginning. But sometimes even doing that triggers the lights on the dash to light up. So I got to the corner, no lights lit up. Then on the way back I did a hard brake and then it all lit up. And by that point the ABS light had turned off. by the time I got to the corner. So, don't know what it is. Like I say, I've done live data, all the tone rings, everything, the sensors are all fine. You know, yeah, I don't know. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave the video here, and I'm going to see what else I can do to the car, because even though it's, you know, in that state, I can still work on it, obviously, and do whatever. Yeah, funny enough, that lady in the post bag, she just after I'd done my antisocial behaviour down the street, yeah, well, my neighbours must think I'm off my bloody head. What's he doing driving down the street and braking? Anyway, yeah, she delivered a parcel. That's the switches for the brake light. Say switches, it's only one. You only have one. I always order multiples and stuff because I'm crackers. Right. I don't think that's a underlying issue anyway. With the light, the rear brake lights being on. That'll be something separate, I believe. Probably the next video fitting the switch. Yeah, it's airbox out, I think, because it goes on top of gearbox. Right, I'll leave it there. I'll see you later.